Hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel. This is Andrea Haas. And on today's video, we are going to talk about a recent murder of Valeria Marquez, a beauty influencer from Guadalajara, Mexico. It's been pretty much all over the news because she was murdered literally on doing a live stream on her TikTok. So let's take a look how things happen, and we'll obviously react and give our insights and comments, to see what happened with that. Obviously, sad news for her and obviously her family.
And now we turn to Mexico. In a shocking and heartbreaking incident, 23-year-old Mexican beauty influencer Valeria Marquez was shot dead while live streaming on TikTok from her salon. Authorities say a man entered the salon and opened fire, killing her instantly. The case is now being investigated as femicide, and so far no suspects have been identified. Here's more on this deadly tragedy.
That's something like very common to hear in Mexico. When I go to my hometown, unfortunately, I hear people that I went to school with getting shot.
In a horrifying act of violence, 23-year-old Mexican beauty influencer Valeria Marquez was shot dead while live streaming from her beauty salon. This has shocked thousands of her fans who watched in real time. The brazen attack captured on camera has sparked nationwide outrage and renewed focus on Mexico's relentless wave of gender-based violence. According to Jalisco state prosecutors, a man entered Marquez's salon, blossomed the beauty lounge and opened fire. He struck her once in the chest and twice in the head. The young influencer died instantly, and her final moments were witnessed by viewers on TikTok. The chilling video ended only when another person picked up her phone to stop the live stream. Moments before her death, Marquez.
Now that person, that lady that you can see when the live stream,
Up her phone to stop the live stream.
That some people were thinking like, oh, that was the person who killed her, or who was implicated in the whole murder of her. However, later on they were saying like there was that she was a TikToker friend of hers, because the weird and the odd thing about this is that her friend, the other beauty TikToker, told her to wait. She was about to leave, but supposedly her friend sent her a gift, which is the pig that she's holding on the video. And she told her just to wait a little longer because she was gonna receive something. So that kind of like put into the spotlight to her friend, thinking like she was the one that sent someone to kill her. And that lady at the end of the recording, they were saying it was her, but it was actually one of the, I guess, helpers on the salon. So far, it's not really being notified if she was also implied or not, but she was just one of, her workers, basically.
Moments before her death, Marquez had been chatting casually on her live stream.
No.
She was cradling a toy, unaware of the horror that was about to unfold. She appeared visibly uneasy as she mentioned a recent incident where someone had tried to deliver her an expensive gift while she was away. That sense of unease turned fatal when a man reportedly posing as a delivery person entered the salon and shot her at point-blank range. Local media speculates that Ricardo Ruiz Velasco, a known drug cartel linked to the Jalisco Nueva Generación cartel, could be connected.
And that's another thing that obviously later on came into place, because they were saying how come at her young age she had the money to open her own salon in a very luxury, exclusive part of Guadalajara and stuff. And there's definitely the speculation that she was dating that leader of the cartel, which when you meddle into that kind of lifestyle, you do get, you know, easy money. You get a lot of money, but at the same time, you already know that it's only one way out of it.
Connected to the killing. Reports allege that Velasco had been romantically involved with the influencer and was angered by the gifts she received from admirers. Authorities are yet to identify the suspect, but the case is being investigated as a femicide. The targeted killing of women because of their gender. Human Rights Watch has pointed to systematic failures in protecting victims and investigating gender-based crimes. In 2023, Mexico ranked among the worst countries in Latin America for femicide rates, a grim reflection of ongoing impunity and institutional neglect. In Mexico, such brutal crimes are tragically common. According to the Mexico Peace Index of 2025, femicides made up 19.8% of female homicides in 2015, which resulted in 428 deaths. This has risen to 24.2% by 2024, with 829 women dead. Valeria Marquez was a rising star in Mexico's influencer scene. She was known for her tutorials and relatable content. With nearly 200,000 followers across TikTok and Instagram, she had built a loyal fan base who now mourn the sudden loss of a young life cut short by senseless violence. As forensic experts comb through evidence and the search for Valeria Marquez's killer intensifies, her death stands as a heartbreaking reminder of the deadly consequences of gender violence in Mexico. A crisis that shows no signs of slowing down.
At first post, we are choosing to hold on to accuracy. That means
that, unfortunately, is a truth that keeps happening, and I definitely feel so sad to say, because, as you know, I'm from Mexico, and that's something that, kind of grew up. Well, I honestly, when I was younger, it wasn't bad. I would just play on the street as everyone. It was, we would be at little at midnight playing hide and seek, baseball, soccer, just all the stuff that kids play. And it was, normal be at midnight, sometimes on a Friday, Saturday, playing with your friends and stuff. And now, things are very different because of that kind of people that are literally destroying the country. And I'm sad to say that, that's not just, giving a bad name to Mexico. It always has, but also, destroying families, destroying definitely lives. But part of the speculation, like I said, it was basically that she was dating one of the cartel leaders. And that's something that unfortunately also people in more like the north of Mexico have been kind of like taking it as a lifestyle and growing up. And these generations, unfortunately, something came out. It is very popular for, obviously, for women, for girls, to become a buchona. It's obviously, that's just speculation. Nobody is 100% sure that that's what happened to her. And either way, it's not right to take someone's life at some point. But that pretty much brings up the speculation that she was a buchona, which that's a cultural thing, honestly, going on right now in Mexico. And I'm going to show you exactly what is a buchona, which basically buchonas are women more in the north of Mexico that start dating narco-traffickers or cartel leaders. And obviously it's a good way or easy way to, make money, get them to buy, kind of like your sugar daddy, basically. That's what it is. And, they get luxurious clothing, shoes. They obviously get money to do plastic surgery, nose surgery, Botox. You can kind of like know exactly a buchona on the street because they're very Jessica Rabbit type. So I'm gonna show you exactly, kind of so you get familiar what buchona or buchon term is in Mexico.
Ahí viene la buchona, vestida a la moda, sus uñas decoradas, su boca bien pintada.
¿Qué significa ser buchona? Seguramente habrás escuchado el término buchón o buchona antes, pero ¿sabes
Kind of like a Kim Kardashian type.
realmente lo que significa? Aquí te contamos todo lo que debes saber de esta cultura. Buchona viene del latín, no te creas. Seguramente habrás escuchado el término anteriormente, aunque
And I thought I had the English translation.
lo que significa, aquí te contamos todo lo que debes saber de esta cultura. Buchona viene del latín, no te creas. Seguramente habrás escuchado el término anteriormente, aunque muchos se dan una idea de lo que significa este término en México, sabemos que pueden quedar algunas dudas sobre lo que realmente implica. Por eso, aquí te contamos algunos de... Seguramente habrás escuchado el término anteriormente, aunque muchos se dan una idea de lo que significa este término en México, sabemos que pueden quedar algunas dudas sobre lo que realmente implica. Por eso, aquí te contamos algunos detalles de este lifestyle. Cirugías, lipoesculturas, extensiones de cabello, pestañas postizas, uñas del gelish, lentes de sol, sombreros, escotes, minifaldas y ropa entallada son parte de la imagen de una buchona. Pero no solo las mujeres, pues si ves a un hombre con pantalones ajustados, camisas llamativas con estampados extravagantes y marcas de renombre, te vendrá a la mente la palabra
Balenciaga, Burberry, those kind of brands are very popular between buchon style.
Buchón. Pero vamos por partes. Primero hay que saber de dónde viene la palabra buchón. Los buchones o buchonas son una connotación despectiva que se refiere a un estilo de vida característico del norte de México. Este estilo es una de las expresiones culturales que ha causado más controversia actualmente, pues corresponde a la narcocultura. Una de las hipótesis sobre el nombre buchón se refiere a la similitud con las aves. ¿Qué? Sí. Así como lo escuchas. Resulta que buchones viene de la habilidad de alguna ave, como las palomas, de inflar el buche de forma exagerada. Esta postura es símbolo de galantería en las aves y para los humanos está asociada a la cantidad de bienes y dinero que posees. El término está asociado al fanatismo por el buen vestir, los autos, yates y casas de lujo, la prepotencia al momento de hablar, caminar o actuar, el gasto exagerado del dinero sin preocupación alguna, salir a fiestas y hasta andar a caballo. Es cierto que la cultura de los buchones aplica para el norte de México, sin embargo, la imagen de las y los buchones viene de personas ligadas con el narco que bajaron a la sierra de Sinaloa. Su relación con Sinaloa no termina ahí, pues el término se popularizó por primera vez ahí. Esto para describir a las exuberantes novias de los narcos, a quienes ya se les llamaba buchonas. Sin embargo,
And most of the times, like a lot of beauty girls, like the beauty pageants and stuff, like they usually are more commonly known that they will become eventually buchonas or, girlfriend of the narcos or cartels.
Sin embargo, el término fue adquiriendo nuevos significados tal como las subculturas más reconocidas en México. Y es que no todas las buchonas están relacionadas al narco como en un principio. El estilo ha sido adoptado por mujeres empoderadas que tienen el gusto por la ropa llamativa, aman las fiestas, los lujos, el dinero y los hombres. ¿Y qué decir de la música y las buchonas? Como pudiste ver anteriormente, no todas las buchonas tienen que ver con el narco. Hay incluso algunos cantantes, tanto hombres como mujeres, que han adoptado este estilo para causar mayor impacto entre sus seguidores. La querida diva de la banda Jenny Rivera llegó a portar un traje al mero estilo de las buchonas y hasta con pistolas falsas llegó a posar. ¿Y qué decir de La 69, una influencer que lanzó su sencillo el año pasado y que habla de las vivencias de una buchona en carne propia? Se dice también que luego de la detención de Emma Coronel, el término volvió a adquirir popularidad. Fue llamada la Kardashian de Sinaloa y conquistó a varios con su estilo durante el juicio de El Chapo en Nueva York. Emma Coronel es el estereotipo número 1 de las llamadas buchonas y muchas la han llamado la madre de todas ellas. Cabe mencionar que Emma incluso aprovechó cada oportunidad para dar entrevistas y hasta promocionar su línea de ropa basada en la figura del Chapo, su marido. ¿Y tú qué opinas sobre las buchonas? En el cine, la música, la moda y las redes sociales, esta cultura del norte de México ha logrado llegar a cada rincón de México y el mundo. Disfruta de todo el contenido de Estrella TV aquí, estrellatv.com.
So basically, you know, I'm gonna say straight up, it sucks that nowadays, and I definitely, you know, have some kind of
¿Qué rollo, plebe?
it sucks that you know, we kind of like give spotlight to people like that, but you know, it's what's definitely going on in the world. I definitely totally against that kind of lifestyle. I'm a firm believer that there are always ways to get money, and unfortunately some people just try to take the easy way. There is a saying recently that they, you know, kind of like use it too much between buchonas and that kind of lifestyle, that it's better to live a short life as a king or as a queen than living your whole life as a peasant. So that kind of like gives you, you know, their way to think. Definitely, I feel like, you know, if you work hard, you could definitely eventually also make money and pretty much, you know, just move forward and, you know, go through life and make great things. I don't think you necessarily need to rely on that to make money. Unfortunately, that is a culture, and more like in the north of Mexico, that it's been really taking strength between the younger generations, which I feel is totally wrong. And I feel like, you know, obviously nobody deserves to end that way. And like I say, on this case of Valeria, we don't really know exactly if she was, you know, related to that guy. But they were saying, in part of the speculations, they were saying that on a few live streams on her account, she was saying that she was receiving threats from her ex-boyfriend. We still have the whole thing about her friend telling her not to go, to stay there, which it makes it look very suspicious that, you know, as soon as she had the pig, she received the delivery from her friend. A delivery driver is the one that actually killed her. So there's, you know, a lot of things involved in this. You know, it could be a whole collaboration between many people. You never know. We'll obviously, you know, we'll wait for updates to see what's the latest. But so far, her friend has not been charged with anything or even called a suspect. Even there are a lot of irregularities on what happened with her friend. The boyfriend, I don't think it's being arrested or anything. So nobody's right now is being accountable for. So, you know, hopefully we'll make justice. But there is one thing for sure, like if you become a buchona and start dealing with people like that, unfortunately, there's always going to be one way out, and we know which one it is. But anyways, let me know in the comments what you think about this whole situation going on in Mexico, which, like I say, hurts me because it's my home country, and I, you know, hate that things like that are happening still nowadays. But let me know in the comments what you think, if you ever heard about buchona term as well. And see you on the next one, guys. Hasta la. Bye bye.